Greetings, and welcome back to the MCOC Encyclopedia. Today, we'll be continuing our new 7 stars showcase, and we'll be looking at Manthing. 6-star rank 5 Ascended is roughly equivalent to 7-star rank 2, but I've actually run out of Ascension dust on the Content Creator Beta, so we'll be looking at 6-star rank 5 Unascended, but we'll have a 30% boost on, which is a pretty good approximation for 7-star rank 2. My Manthing is awakened, but it really won't add very much to this video. You'll see a Fury buff whenever he throws a special attack, and if he was at low health he'd get a regen, but they really don't do very much for him, even at Sig 200, so if you pull Manthing unduped, it'll be pretty close to what you see today. And with that, let's dive in. So here we are up against Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, the contest's punching bag. And I'm going to be honest, before we even get started, Manthing's damage is not flashy. But we'll see how it goes. His primary loop involves throwing special wands, and then nullifying the pustule buffs that they place to provide poisons and armor breaks. What you need to do with Manthing, though, is you must be running Mystic Dispersion, because that heavy attack just put me at 2 bars of power. Every time I nullify a buff, because I'm running 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion, I gain 12% of a bar of power. The special one provides 3 buffs, so that's 12% of max power. So special one, 3 buffs. That provides us with 36% of max power, or just over 1 bar. You can see we're now up to 7 of those pustule buffs, and we nullify 1, so we're up to 6. Can we parry? There we go. So we nullify all of them, and we're straight to special 3. That is really important with Manthing. Without them, he is so slow, and you will basically just be relegated to throwing special ones. Now, in this fight so far, we have taken a fair number of hits. But Manthing, whilst he may not have the highest damage in the world, is an absolute tank. Not only is he fully armor break and bleed immune, but he's also semi-crit immune. And by that I mean, if your regular hit against him would deal 200 damage, and your crit would deal 1000 damage, when you crit him, you will just deal 200 damage. He will still take crits, but they just won't deal any extra damage to him. Which is really quite nice. The major problem I have with Manthing is his agitation, which are the Fury buffs you can see currently at 62. You gain them on your medium attacks when hitting a buffed opponent. I apologise for the lag spike, it's just what my phone's been doing recently, and it drives me nuts. But the problem with them is these agitation, they fall off really fast. You can also get 5 by being hit, but what was that? 1 minute 50 and we took a fair amount of hits. Not great, by any means. I'm looking for a bit less than that. So what we're going to do now is try it again, but we've got a couple of extra helpful synergies. We've got the Sasquatch synergy, which gives additional agitation when striking a buffed opponent, which is very helpful. We've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, that gives him agitation when nullifying his opponent's buffs. Also, his heavy has no range on it at all. We've got Ghost Rider, that doesn't come into account at all here. And finally, we've got Baron Zemo, that provides us that Vicious buff, which is the yellow one you can see at the moment. Whenever we throw a special attack, that is a 50% Vicious buff, which is quite nasty. Because 50% vicious means 50% increase on all damage over time effects, and we can see the poisons right now, they're not the worst. We can see the agitations all the way up at 100 because nullifying lots of buffs and so on actually makes it very easy to keep them. So with a few synergies, Manthing becomes almost a good champion. He still isn't that great, the damage isn't that flashy, but you can see now that, Winter Soldier's ticking down okay. Let's nullify these buffs here. So let's put some more and then we'll nullify them. We can see sort of roughly what we're looking at for our big damage gaps. We're ticking for about 5,500 damage per tick, which actually isn't bad. 5.5k per tick, 11,000 damage per second. Not bad at all. What do we get that in? 116. But with many modern champions, knowing where to take them and how to get the most out of them is much more important than exactly what they do. This is the 814 Poison Vulnerability path. So you might be saying, oh yeah, Poison Vulnerability, we're going to be doubling his damage. Well, yes, but also there's Acid Wash on this path, which means if you don't poison them, you do 90% less damage. So we need to poison them. But actually, for a, 550, 600,000 health Thor, that was gone. 29 seconds. Very effective. Same path, we've got Venom Pool. We also have Combat Prowess Combat Deja Vu Unblockable, I think, on here as well. So if I repeat any actions, they're going to go unblockable, which, is what adds the difficulty to this node. We are still using the same synergy team as well, and you can see with all the buffs on Venompool, we have no issues. We're all the way up at 100 agitation already. 3.5k per tick is not a bad way to start, and with 3 armor breaks, we go for our special 2. 56k crit in the middle, not bad, and we nullify buffs, so we're back at a special 2. Mystic and Dispersion is so important for this guy. We go for another one. 70k and a 94k crit, not bad at all. Finally, we're on my favourite path in Act 8, which is the 823 Shang-Chi path. There's a weapon on this path, so to get rid of that weapon, we need to get 4 or more debuffs on the opponent. And doing that with Manthing isn't too difficult. We know that 1 special 1, and then a heavy attack, and we'll have that sorted, because that'll give us our 6 debuffs. We then intercept the opponent, and then the fun can begin. So there's our debuffs, the weapon is disarmed. So we just need to get an intercept now, and then Man-Thing might actually start doing some interesting things, because this path is all about debuffs, and Man-Thing has quite a few of them. There we go. So we got our intercept. We tried to go for a cheeky heavy there, because Man-Thing can go unstoppable on his heavy attack. 30k, 40k, 140k, not bad at all from Man-Thing. Now we're going to build up to, here we go to another special one, so we can get some more debuffs going. So let's have some debuffs. Whoop. And because of Mystic Dispersion, we're almost at, special 2 already, straight after special 1. We go for another one. 82, there's 124k crit in the middle. Not bad at all. Last fight of the video, same path, we've got Squirrel Girl. Man-Thing is fully bleed immune, so we don't need to worry about her bleeds at all. Same idea, we're going to be going for debuffs, intercept, more debuffs, big damage. So, baiting the special 1. She's got 4 prowess at the moment, so we do need to be quite careful about taking her specials. But that's not too worrisome, given, she's just Squirrel Girl, her specials aren't the biggest deal. Place our debuffs, now we're just hunting for our intercept so we can steal the node. There it is. And for our first special 2, not bad, it's 100 and something k, which is not bad at all. Again, this is Act 8, and Act 8 is very much about knowing where to take champions to get the most out of them. And I think this is a pretty good path for Man-Thing. Ignore the fact that Rintra can drop a 2 million special 2, or Sunspot can just... No. Those are far too meta champions. We're using Man-Thing. So we've got 9 prowess. That's not bad. That was a 50k special 1. So now we're going to heavy attacks. We go straight to special 2 because of Mystic Dispersion. We've got 16 now. And now we're going for our big special 2. Can we get some crits, please? No, but that was still well over 350k special 2. Not bad at all. So, there we have it. Our approximation of a 7-star rank 2 Man-Thing. We have 2 7-stars left to look at in Misty Knight and Punisher 2099, and they will be coming tomorrow and the day after, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on those. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and consider joining the Discord server, a great place to get specific advice, make suggestions for future video topics, and while I'm awake, I do my best to be there as much as possible. Thank you, and I will see you next time.